making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go. Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues, and we are continuing. Actually, I guess we're just starting playoffs here. The first week of playoffs, first game of playoffs, and I'm joined by the lovely Mallow himself. Mallow, how we doing?
Man, I'm doing well. I can't wait to get started, man. The first matchup here, it's going to be a good one, as well as the rest of them tonight. The other two, I can't wait to get started. These teams, it's going to be a spicy matchup.
You know, we got to kick off the playoffs of season 11 with Rockerman on the pitch. You know, it's just meant to be. And so we have Ascension versus Wraiths in the Challenger League. And honestly, two really scary teams here. A lot of well-known names. But man, Mallow, it's going to be a good game either way. And I think this one, I have faith in Ascension. That's going to be my prediction here early. But it's going to be a close one no matter what.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I'm trying to figure out one of these players' names. They're kind of close to the name, so you know, I was doing a little bit of management stuff here. But you know, one of the things I will say starting off here is, thank goodness, I don't have to try and stream this and cast this at the same time. Finally, getting some rest there. You know, shout out to Crip for streaming tonight. Big shout out to him. We got two good teams here, and you know, looking at this right now, I see Ascension winning it.
Yeah, it'll be a good game either way. But yeah, you know what, I call it Rocker Man bias. Um, that's who I'm probably gonna have to go with here. But we've got there's Quake on the other team, who I know. I specifically remember, Mallow, you and I have cast Quake before. We had a lot of trouble pronouncing his name, but we had to say his name a lot because he just scored so often. So I know he's a very good player as well. And obviously we got Squirrel, who I'm surprised to see in Chally, honestly. And he was pretty good in Rival last season, so you know, seeing him in the playoffs in Chally, not a surprise, and I kind of expect to see some of that Rival experience to really show through here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you know, both like you said, Quake, who I know I pronounced this Quack for quite a while there, but Quake, you got Quake and Squirrel here. They're two of the top players in Challenger, and you mentioned, you know, surprised to see Squirrel in Challenger. Um, I am too, but you know, when you take a break like that, sometimes it can be a little tough climbing back up, but he's been one of the reasons why the Ascension is where they are right now. You know, in the play-in slash playoffs. I can't say the same for myself because you know, I'm totally out of it. But uh, doing well in the top 10 as a player here. I think we're about ready to get them going. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're ready to get into this game number one. I know they are ready to get into this game number one, Mallow, and so it's about time we get season 11 playoffs started. These guys, you know, they got the not only stream nerves, but this is the first game of playoffs in general, um, on stream at least. So a little bit more nerves on top of there. But yeah, it looks like everybody's ready here. Looks like everybody's ready to go. I'm ready to go. You have Ascension winning. I'm gonna have Ascension winning in four. Well, Mallow, you got a prediction for me for the game score too?
You know, I'm looking at this. I think they might go to game five. Quake is not going to make it easy. Quake and the rest of the Wraiths here, they're not going to make it easy for Ascension. I think it's going to go back and forth. But to me, uh, right now, I see Ascension winning in five, but it's going to be a back and forth. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a two in a row that Wraiths get, and you know, they're up 2-1 and then lose the next two or something. But you know, we'll see here. Just trying to get this one person situated because they apparently have changed their name and did not let anyone know. So that's a reason why the little delay there. Trying to
Yeah.
do management things at the same time here while casting. It's not very fun. But you know, sometimes you got to do it. You know, that's part of the job there. So let's see here. Uh,
All
I don't
righty.
even know what is.
They're ready to
Yeah,
go. That's all I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
They're in the game. In fact, we are getting kickoff started here. So Nemesis playoffs have officially begun here. We're gonna start off with Quake taking this one right off kickoff, looking for a pass mid. It's gonna be met by Rogue. Got a good demo from Rockerman as well, but a good shot. Squirrel. His
Oh,
save is not gonna be a save at all, and Eggy D getting the first goal in 10 seconds.
wow, that was they're they're not making me regret it yet, but Squirrel there tapping that ball, you know, giving Rogue no chance whatsoever to try and defend it. And you hate to see that if you're an Ascension fan, but it is early. It's game one. Maybe a little bit of stream nerves. I know, you know, Squirrel, he hasn't, I don't think he's played in a playoff game in a couple of seasons now because I think he took a break last season. So, you know, maybe there's some playoff nerves going on with him, especially. But it is Challenger, so you can't have too many nerves. Otherwise, you're going to get scored on quickly and often, like right now.
Yeah, a really good counterattack. Good physical play coming out here from the Wraiths. Quake getting a really good bump on Rockerman, though. Rockerman there. He also got the bump on Rogue, so Quake, he gets the assist, but it was really his goal to begin with. Great setup play there. So we will see if these Wraiths can continue, and if I'll lose all the money I bet on Ascension.
Fake money. Fake money.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, fake money. We don't gamble. Anyway. Channel points, that's all.
There you go.
Rogue getting a good clear as Quake now going to get another good shot, and a lot of free shots here coming out. I feel like the midfield challenging has not been great out of Ascension. They kind of need a faster second man, but a really good shot there from Mark TD, that's what we'll call him, as Rogue able to get that one. As Quake, again, just being in the midfield, being an absolute menace, a nuisance. Rogue now, who has a good mechanical skill, going for the flip reset, doesn't get any reset though, but it is still over one. No shot coming out here from Rockerman though, as Mark Rios is gonna get 50. Rockerman's there, can he get a shot? No, it's gonna slide right past him. Quake with not a lot of boost, still able to get it past one. Squirrel's touch, gonna look for a pass now over to Rockerman. Not gonna come through, but Rockerman with 0 boost goes anyway. Rogue electing to leave that one, and Quake hits his teammate in midair. Could have been an insane goal, just going to go wide. And we still have 3 minutes left to play in this game. Squirrel looking for a first good opportunity from Ascension. Not going to happen there, though, as we've seen one shot come out from Ascension, and it wasn't that great of one. Finally, Rockerman going to put another one on the board. Ascension looking to build a little pressure here. 3 minutes remaining. Finally, we're seeing some offense here from Ascension, but it's been all Wraith so far.
Yeah, it has been, and right now, looking at the scoreboard, only 2 shots by Ascension. You can't be one of the top 10 players in Challenger League if you're not, doing a lot as far as making an impact. And right now, that's exactly what's happening with Squirrel. Not doing a whole bunch right now, but it is still early on. It's about half over for this game 1. They're down 2-0. They need to score here rather quickly if they want to get back into this game.
Yeah, scoring is one option, but they got to make sure they don't get scored on here as a shot going to come through. No, it's going to be Rogue getting that clear, and Rogue kind of seemed to be the initiator for a lot of offense so far from Ascension. Little offense that there is, but I want to see Rockerman and Squirrel step up, but that's not going to be a good challenge from Squirrel. Rockerman does make up for it, though, as Rogue's touch does go far, but he does get a good 50. That one bouncing back mid. Rockerman going to take his time, does not have any boost, and just not a great challenge there. Is Eggy D now looking for a pass mid. It's going to be Rockerman getting that long clear, but it's straight to Quake, and Quake going to have a good shot. Squirrel does get the save. Rogue trying to get the clear. Double commits coming out from Wraiths. Rockerman tries to pop that one over one, but in the end, going to the other corner. Squirrel again off the backward, not making the touch. Rogue, good 50 from Quake. Rockerman finally breaking 100 with that save, as Rogue now has to put that one up high. And another save coming out from Ascension. But there's so much pressure, so much opportunities here. And it's going to be Quake with another shot. That one going to bounce wall. Oh my god, it just bounced wide. Rockerman got a touch. Quake still was able to get a finger on it, but not going to go into the net, as Marcurios trying to get the clear. Rogue now, trying to cut that one inside, looking for Squirrel. Squirrel off the sidewall. It's going to be Rockerman there. No, it's going to be Quake who's put that ball up high. Rockerman taking his time, trying to get it clear, but another double commit coming out from Ascension, and that's what I've seen so much of. But finally, a good team play. Squirrel shot, not going to go in. That ball bouncing high. Can he get a follow-up shot from Rogue? No, it's going to be Quake getting the clear. And Rockerman's not going to get a single touch on the ball, and Quake with 0 boost, still able to put on so much pressure, and it just feels like Ascension can't do anything right now, Mallow, as they still are down 0-2 with 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and this is a team game and stuff, but we're seeing a lot from Rogue, but not really a whole bunch from Squirrel and Rockerman. They are there, but if you want to be able to do something, you gotta have more than one person do things. As Rogue gets another shot there, I fully suspect that we just might be seeing Ascension just kind of looking and seeing how they're going to do game 2 and beyond. Maybe they're just doing a little scouting. I don't know. But right now, Wraiths, they're on top of this series 1-0 as they win this game 1.
Yeah, I don't know. That scouting report not looking too good if you are Ascension. They kind of just got outclassed everywhere except for saves. You know what? They had a couple epic saves, but to be honest, there's 8 shots to 3. That's about as good of a compliment that or
11
as good of
shots to 3.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 11 shots to 3. I don't know what I
I
think I
think you were
saw
looking
8,
at the
8
saves.
saves, 8 saves. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But man, it's like, well, they just got absolutely outclassed. The physicality. Kuak, he didn't get demos, but he got bumps, and so it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it shows up on the scoreboard with another goal getting added as well. So it just seems like Wraiths kind of felt more like a cohesive unit there. Ascension felt like a one-man team with Squirrel and Rockerman kind of trying to help out where they could, but not a whole lot. I thought Rogue played really well there, and I think Squirrel and Rockerman had good ideas. They literally just did not hit the ball, though. It was like, could have been a good play, did not hit the ball, so it turned out to be a bad play. So little mistakes like that can get fixed really quickly, Mallow, but also it can spiral, and you start making even bigger mistakes. So we'll have to see if Ascension can turn this game 2 around as we get right into here. Game number 2 on Urban Central. Mallow, do you think Ascension's going to turn this one around, or do you think Wraiths are going to go up 2-0? Oh, gosh.
Well, I was about to say something different there if that was a goal, but I could see the Ascension team coming back on this game 2 here, but I think Squirrel and Rockerman will wake up here, get some involvement, help out Rogue as Rogue just takes that one in. That was a good pass there. It dimed up Rogue, and it just stuck to Rogue's car there. Rogue getting that first score, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're an Ascension fan here early in this game too.
Yeah, I will say from my angle, it did look a lot more like an outplay. But on that replay, yeah, I don't know if you saw, but the defenders kind of touch lips there. They decided to kiss and bump each other off the ball. So I don't know how that happened, but you know what? Ascension takes that as they finally are on the scoreboard in this series. They also take the first lead they've had all series. Rockerman, little awkward position, does get that one over to Eggy. Squirrel now has to make the challenge, and he does, but that was straight out mid. A good shot, Rogue. Can you get there in time? No. A great turn and shoot there from Macarios.
Oh man, Eggy. I thought Eggy pinched it, but it was a hit off of Squirrel's car. Squirrel sent that thing flying to the middle. It just went directly to him, and the Wraiths they're tied this game up really quickly, and that's not what you want to see if you're an Ascension fan. Them answering as fast as they did, especially after game 1, the way it happened, you don't want to find yourself going down potentially here shortly if they're answering that quickly.
Yeah, and kind of an overcommit here from Ascension. Leaves a couple of members out of position, but they're able to get the ball cleared, and Rockerman and Rogue double commit once again. Squirrel now left alone. He is on the back wall, though, to answer that touch. Is Rockerman on the sidewall, trying to get out to Rogue. Rogue is going to be met by Eggy D. So Rockerman's still there, but the pass goes backwards. And that's the kind of touch I was talking about, Mallow. The idea is there, but the execution's not. And Eggy D on 0 boost, able to get that goal, taking Wraiths up 2-1.
Yeah, they're definitely trying on that offense, but they're paying for it with the counterattacks like that one. The thing is, when you try those passes like that, the way that Ascension is right now, it kind of looks like you're playing boomer ball, but they're not. They're trying to get those passes. It's just not connecting the way they want them to, and they've been paying for it just about every time that they get it. But of course, I say that, and Rogue gets an immediate answer, and it for the Ascension team, it's been the Rogue show.
Yeah, but what a pass there from Rockerman, and Rogue obviously able to put that one away. But that's the kind of team play that we expect out of Ascension. And finally, looks like the link-up is starting to work. Now, can Rogue continue this kind of scoring spree he's been on? Or will this Wraiths offense strike first? Not a great touch there from Eggy Kuak, able to react in time, though. And a good pass there from Macarios, but that one's going to go high. Rockerman with 0 boost. And the Wraiths offense answered that question very quickly. Once again, Mallow scoring within 20 seconds of that goal.
Yeah, that's been the story so far on every single goal that which has only been 2 because they didn't score any in the first game. That's been the story for Ascension this time on their defenses. They're getting oh no, Not like this. Not like this. Ascension, the kickoff there, and Rockerman just barely missed that. It looked like. I feel those. I see those all the time. I feel this pain.
Oh no! See, you always it's always coming a little. You always think you have a little bit more time than you do whenever it's bounced off the wall like that, and so it comes a little bit faster at you than you're ready for, and so that one could be super dangerous off kickoff. And once again off kickoff, it's gonna be Rogue trying to pass it down to Squirrel, but that ball does get blocked by Quake. Quake with another good 50. Squirrel does put that one up high, but a good bump coming out from Quake, stopping Rockerman in his tracks. Rogue last man back. Rogue got to stop the pass, and he does. That ball does float high, though. Rockerman looking for the counter, but he doesn't have any boost to work with.
Oh,
Quake
no.
pops out over Squirrel. Quake pops that ball over the crossbar as Rockerman has to get that cleared. Now Rockerman, 0 boost. Gonna look for a bang downfield, and a really good bang it is, but Eggy D is there for the touch. Quake gonna be able to follow it, and the Eggy D to Quake combo has been really effective so far. A good shot there from Maka, as that ball does go high. That ball floating. Eggy D hits the crossbar, and man, I don't know if they're doing a crossbar challenge or not, but Wraiths not able to put that one away. Once again. Rockerman backwards, but he does react in time. Squirrel now, a little bit of time. Has a teammate. Rockerman puts that one high off the backboard. Rockerman is not able to get there, but Quake does respond. Rockerman tries to drop that one for his teammate, but only one there is going to be Quake, who now looking for a teammate. Eggy D not going to be able to react to that fast pass. Rockerman now looking for a Rogue on the other end. Rogue gonna backflip and not get there in time. Squirrel already up, trying to continue this pressure. Ascension, they know they need to score, but so do Wraiths as Eggy D gets that long clear. Rocker Rios with a great touch. Rockerman has to clear that one to his own corner. As Quake now trying to find a pass mid, but Eggy D gonna be there. Rogue touch off the backboard. Rockerman trying to follow, not gonna get there as Quake gets met by Rogue mid-air. There's a minute remaining. Eggy D's gonna have a shot. That shot gonna go slow and low. Squirrel does get a long clear. Rogue's gonna be there. Rogue looking for a pass mid, and Rockerman couldn't put it on. He's a pass back to Rogue. Rogue looking back to Rockerman, not gonna get through. And Ascension getting a little too cute with it. Maybe could have just shot the ball, but instead it's gonna be 2-4, still with 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and right now they need to. There we go. I was about to say they need to score here if they want to try and get back into this game, and they were able to there. Good job by Rockerman sending that down to field, and Rogue able to squeeze that in there past Eggy, and we still got a ball game here in game 2.
Game 2 not in the books quite yet. Rogue got to keep it alive here as he does, but 40 seconds remaining. You want that goal sooner rather than later. Game tying goals could be a huge swing in not only the game but the series. This could prevent going down 0-2. I will say though, they still have another opportunity even if they lose this series. Whatever team does lose, but Rogue does not want to be that team to lose here. 18 seconds remaining here. Rogue gets a long clear, gets 100 boost. That ball pops up high, going for a bump, not going to get there. Eggy D, not a great touch. It's going to be Squirrel with the long clear. It's not going to be on target. Rogue, can you get there? He can. That shot going to go high, and it's going to be Squirrel there for the shot. The slot! And with 3 seconds remaining, we have Ascension tying it up.
Oh my goodness. If they didn't tie that up after I said that during that exact moment, I don't know what I would have done. But Squirrel in the clutch, getting his first, I believe that was his first goal there, because Rogue had a hat trick for this game. And I think we might be going to overtime. We'll see here. Do we get overtime? Oh, what a pinch there. Oh, yeah, we get overtime. Overtime, game 2 flip. Oh, man. Can the Ascension team crawl back into this and win game 2, tying the series up?
It would be a great statement and a pretty big momentum shifter here. Wraiths, I think they thought they had it in the bag, but a couple crossbar hits and a bad challenge there. Bad backflip from Rogue. Could have been devastating, but instead they stay alive. That ball gets popped up high. Now Rockerman looking for a pass mid. That one going to be a good demo, but Quake able to collect it. Not a lot of boost. Goes to the Cuxer pinch. That ball going to be met by Rogue, who clears that ball long. And Eggy D kind of awkward touch here. That ball's going to go way far, though, as Quake now with 100 boost. A good bounce. Can he do anything with this one? He gets it over one. Squirrel has to be the man to challenge. Good challenge there from Squirrel. Maka Rio's taking his time on it. That ball gets 50 back towards the midfield. Eggy D couldn't get a touch. Rockman pops it high. Rogue in the air, but Quake is there first. Quake gonna take control of this one. Not a lot of boost. Just pops it up high for his teammate. Macarios to the backboard. Can he get the double? Not before Rockerman gets the clear. Rockerman looking for the double. Eggy D's gonna have a touch on it, but Rogue's gonna meet him there. Macarios taking control. A little bit of time, a little bit of space. Not a teammate in midfield though. Should be Quake. Taking this one to the sidewall, looking for a pass to Eggy D. He does have the flip reset. No more boost to work with though, so Squirrel gonna have that long clear. Rogue now trying to get a touch. No touch coming through. A good demo on the back end, but Squirrel not a lot of boost. Can't go for it. A good pass over to Rockerman. Can he get it back mid? He can! The team play for Ascension comes through!
Oh man, that was a beauty there. That was a sight to see. Good play there by Rockerman. Good setup there to send it over the Rogue. Both Squirrel and Rogue were there for that one. And Ascension tying this series back up 1-1. And that I wouldn't say that would be like a must win if they had lost Flip, but it's definitely a lot more difficult to try and come back down 2-0 in a series. But here we are. Ascension did not let that happen. Definitely saw more life in them this series. One thing that I think they did a lot better on the second half of that game, especially, was boost management. They were getting starved quite a bit for game one and at least half of that game two, and they did a good job there at the end getting that boost management back because, like I said, Wraiths they were flying all over the field taking all those boosts.
Yeah, I will say it's got to be a dagger if you're the Wraiths here. You can't feel good about being up 2-4 with about a minute left and then losing in overtime 5-4. Not what you want to see. Rogue putting on a generational type of performance, shooting 4 goals on 5 shots. Really well done there from Rogue as well. Now, can we see Ascension continue this, or will Wraiths strike back? They are a team that likes to get aggressive, so I have a feeling that they're not going to let that last game, resonate in their minds for a while. But Eggy D, with not a great showing there, Arcarios able to make it up for him. That ball high off the backboard. Eggy D looking for the shot, not going to connect though. Quake able to keep that ball in play. Rogue looking for Rockerman. He doesn't have a lot of boost. Rogue looking for a flick over one, but Eggy D's able to get there. Rockerman with not a lot of boost, still able to get the clear past one. Arcarios really awkward positioning. Quake not able to get the touch, and Rockerman getting blessed by a couple whiffs. Still not able to make anything happen. He had no boost to work with, but still more pressure here for Ascension as Rogue puts that ball off the backboard. A miss from Macarios, but Squirrel expected him to hit that one. Rockerman now. It's going to be Rogue actually taking control of this ball. Not a lot of boost to work with. It's going to be Quake getting the 50. Squirrel and Rockerman double commit, but it's going to be Ascension clearing that ball downfield. Squirrel now going to get a 50 on Eggy D. And Macarios looking for a shot, but that ball going to get bounced up high by Eggy D. Quake is going to be there for the shot. Is it in? No! Rogue with the epic save, and Ascension survived. Both these teams throwing some punches. It's like it's going to be Ascension getting this first goal in game number 3.
Oh, man, what a sequence there. That defensive or that offensive demo by Eggy D on Squirrel, and Squirrel able to come back and not really do much on that play, but get, I guess, kind of in the way there at the end. Rockerman doing most of that damage there, trying to get in the way of Quake, and was able to. And oh no, I thought that was in, but it's in the other way. Man, speaking of Quake.
Yeah, really good shot, but also really good demo from Eggy D. Just to, those demos, man, they're so impactful, and a lot of times go unnoticed. But that's a really, really good demo there. Heads up play from Eggy D. Quake making a really good shot as well. So Ascension, they had the lead. The race tied it up quickly once again, just like game number 2. Now, can Ascension take this lead back, or Wraiths? Are you going to start ramping up the offense once again here? As Quake now looking for a pass towards the midfield. That was off the backboard. Squirrel going to clear that one to the sidewall. Eggy D's first man there. He's going to try to pop it over Squirrel. Squirrel going for a demo. Not going to happen there, but that ball straight to Quake. And Quake with a help from great demo from Eggy D and help from Macarios, able to get this goal. But a huge team play here for the Wraiths.
Yeah, Eggy D showing why he is in the top 15 for demos per game, coming in at 1.31, which is 12th overall. Rockerman top 10 at 6th, but Eggy D really the one making those impactful demos, as we're seeing here with the second important demo here, getting the Wraiths the lead here, 2-1, roughly about halfway in this game 3. Almost said 2.
Game 3, about 2.5 minutes remaining. Both these teams not looking to give up an inch, but Wraiths, they've been a lot better, it seems like, at taking goals away from Ascension.
Uh-oh.
And looks like Quake trying to do that once again. Not going to happen there, though. Eggy D, been a great demoer, been a great offensive threat as well. Had a hat trick in game number 2, but not going to get anything there. Quake's touch going to go high as he's now looking for a pass. No, it's going to be Marco Rios with a touchdown. There's a little double commit there, allows Ascension to get out, but Rockerman doesn't make any contact. He's going to leave it for Squirrel, actually, as Rogue. Last man back, not a lot of boost. Tries to put it high. No, he puts it low under Quake. Quake thought he was going high, so did I. And great fake out there, but Rockerman now looking for a pass mid. Not going to happen on the first touch. Happens on the second touch. Squirrel's there, off the post. What a save from Quake. I don't know how he got save credit, but apparently Quake's made a save. I couldn't even understand what was happening, but Ascension thought they had a goal for sure, and Wraiths once again snatched one away. 2 minutes remaining here. Rockerman looking for a clear downfield. That's going to be Quake. Squirrel on the opposite side. Going to collect this ball. Gets a clear downfield. Macario's going to get a touch towards the center. Eggy D able to get that ball cleared. And Mallow, minute half remaining. Wraiths looking to score one more time. And they just look to be unstoppable. And Eggy D is always leading the charge with these demos.
Yeah, Eggy D is a huge part of their offense right now with the demos, and you know, it's a stat line you don't really see on the scoreboard, but it's an important one, as you can see here, with the rates being up 2, with 1:35 remaining. He's kind of been doing it all. A little bit of goal scoring, a little bit of demoing. I think I even saw a pass or two earlier in the series from him. He doesn't have much here. And, you know, like I said, 80 points, that's not a stat line you'll see on the scoreboard, but it's an important one right now.
I want you to know, he must have gotten it cleared, because before that, he was at 58 points that whole time. And I was like, man, this guy deserves so much more credit than that scoreboard's giving him. But there's still a minute remaining, and I hate to say it, but we've seen Wraiths choke these before. So they're looking to not do that and have a repeat of game number 2. Eggy D trying to be the one to start it off. Try to get a bigger lead, but no, it's going to be Quake missing that touch, and Squirrel looking for a counter. That touch going to go towards the midfield, a little awkward. Rogue with the shot, and uh-oh, don't sound the alarm bells quite yet, but it's looking like a game 2 repeat.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this deja vu again? Because I swore we just saw this like 7 minutes ago, because right around the same exact time, Ascension score one with roughly a minute remaining, and here we are, we're seeing it again. You know, are we going to see Eggy D and the Wraiths pick this back up and ensure that they win this game 2 and go on match point? Or are the Ascension going to climb back into this and potentially tie it up?
I don't know, but either team looking for this huge game 3, put the other team on match point. It is always massive in a best-of-5 series. Rockerman looking to get that offense going with a touch off the backboard. Now looking for a mid-pass.
No.
That one's looming.
No way.
And you'll never guess it. But Ascension tie it up once again.
Oh, no. Oh, what a pass there by Rockerman, and overzealous defense right there will hurt you, and they definitely paid for it there. 14 seconds flip, 3-3. Are we going into OT, or will somebody score here before the buzzer sounds?
It could be Quake being the hero. No, not going to happen there. Macarios puts it high. Looking for the bump. He gets the bump. But Eggy D didn't expect it. And that ball falls. We have overtime here in game 3. And just like game 2, Ascension looking to snatch this game away from the jaws of the Wraiths. Rockerman looking to not be the man to mess up. But it's going to be Macarios taking that right out of Ascension's hands. 0 boost to work with. Rockerman doesn't get the touch. Squirrel dives in, and a goal there saves the Wraiths mental, most likely, because Mallow, if they lost that game, well, I'm not sure my mental could have handled it.
I 100% agree there, and And Ascension here too. I think I'd be the same way. Losing this one in overtime like that after crawling back in, and shot wise, rates are definitely up there. It's just that the defense of Ascension has been great, other than the times that it hasn't. And unfortunately, it is the thing that is plaguing them here. Is their defense here? They're roughly 1/3 is where they're hurting a lot. They aren't able to keep the ball close. They either send it back. There's been a lot of boom ball when it comes to that. They've been getting demoed, been getting bumped. So Wraiths here, able to put on a clinic without having to, without having to see, you look on the scoreboard, AED, right, 138. All those bumps and demos, though, that there alone is what kept the Wraiths in this matchup, I think, because the team play from Ascension has been pretty good. It's their defense.
Yeah, and that defense, and it's just silly little mistakes. It is literally just, it's not, sometimes it's positioning, but mainly it's just not hitting that ball when you need to hit the ball. And man, at the end of the day, what more is Rocket League than a game about cars hitting some balls? So, not gonna be favorable for them. But Ascension, they can bounce back here, but it's still looking like Wraith's game to lose. A good touch there, but Squirrel switching over to the Dominus. Rocketman, once again, not getting contact on the ball. I think he thought the other guy was hitting it, but at that point, why do you jump? You might as well just not jump and take your time. And I think Rocketman, he just seems a little bit too eager, a little too antsy, and it's causing a lot of mistakes, but there's still plenty of Rocket League left to be played, especially if they win this game, but you got to stop Quake from getting that goal. Rocketman does so that time. Rogue looking for a clear over to Squirrel. Squirrel pops that one up high. Rios with not a touch. He's going to leave it for Eggy, but it's going to be Rogue up in the air.
Uh-oh.
Who could be so dangerous, but Quake shuts him down. Squirrel now trying to continue this pressure. Not a lot of boost to work with. Goes for a demo. Not going to happen there. Rogue going to get that touch over to Rocketman, who does not have a lot of boost to work with. Quake going to put that ball towards the mid. Rocketman with a good shot. Oh, it's going to go high, and Quake's able to get the clear. That touch, though, over to Squirrel. Eggy D, a little awkward, but a good touch from Eggy. Saving a goal. Squirrel now trying to continue this pressure. That ball, it's going to be a shot. I didn't expect that one to be on target, but Squirrel, he says, thank you very much. I'll take that one.
What a touch there by Rockerman, just barely touching it, leaving it for Squirrel. And where was the defense there? I guess they thought that they had that ball, so they were kind of down the field. And oh my goodness, that was a big flub on the defense of the Wraiths. And if you're a Wraiths fan, you got to hope that they answer quickly, like they've been able to do many times before in this series. Answer quickly, tie that game back up. Will they do that? We'll see.
A good bump there. Rogue gonna get it over another one, but Eggy D still on the ball. Rockerman with a nice touch. Rios trying to get a good 50, but it's gonna go straight to Quake. Rockerman was on top of that one. Unfortunately, that bounce just didn't go the way he wanted. Eggy D now gonna beat Rogue, but Rogue still does get a touch. Now Rockerman gets it past one. Gonna look for another one here off the corner of the wall, but Eggy D's gonna match up. Squirrel, first man there. Gets that one off high. Rogue, he played the miss, but he didn't trust it. He jumped, he knew what he wanted, but it's not going to go through. Still remains 1-0. Now Rogue has to challenge that ball early. Eggy D was racing him to it. Good save there. Now Squirrel gets it past Quake. That ball bouncing high. Rogue already in the air. Not going to be a shootable ball. Tried to play the 50. Not going to get through. Now Rockerman has to get it past one as Eggy D gets a nice flick. Squirrel does have some boost to work with. Could get a follow-up touch. That ball going to get 50 though. Rogue not going to get a touch there, but that ball bounces high. Rockerman, I've seen you score these before. And there's the shot, and there's the goal. And I called it, but he's the one putting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a good call out there. That was easily seen from a mile away, as long as that defense gave them the room. And Rockerman scoring one there after, I'd be curious as to stat line. The first, I would say roughly minute and a half there, it looked like Rockerman was struggling to find boost, because I know you mentioned it several times, but he had the boost there and he had what he needed to score, and that's what mattered.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have it now, but he doesn't need boost to get a good 50 there. Although Rios looking for a shot, not going to go through. Eggy D does steal the corner boost from Rockerman, so he's still sitting on that big fat 0. Rogue tries to get a pass mid. If Rockerman has a boost, you know what? It might have happened, but instead he has to sit on the back wall, and he doesn't get a touch on the back wall. the starving out from the Wraiths has been really good. As Squirrel now with not a lot of boost.
Uh-oh.
Rockerman 0 boost, but he's still able to get the 50. 0 boost Warriors this Ascension team is, but still hanging on. Still with a 2-goal lead as well. Rockerman with some boost does get a good 50 over to Rogue, who could be so dangerous. That one going to go wide left. Rockerman continues to play though. Not a lot of boost to work with. Still hits off the ceiling. Acting like he has a lot. Still able to make a play. And a dunk there from his own teammate Quake. Thought he had to clear, but no. It's going to be a counter.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a save from Eggy. And Ascension thought they had a goal. Snatched away by Wraiths, and now it could be a counterattack. That ball gonna get cleared away by Rogue, but a good demo, a good shot. That one be off the post. Quake able to put it back in, and Wraiths are able to cut this lead in half, Mallow. But both these teams looking like they had goals, and finally someone puts it away.
Oh, Quake able to correct his mistake there, missing that ball wide, and you know, this is roughly the time frame, Flip. This is the 3rd game in a row where we've seen the lead dwindle down to 1 with roughly a minute remaining.
This time, though, it is flipped. Quake going for a musty flick. Never done one of those in my life, so kind of jealous. As Rogue now able to get the clear. Over to Squirrel. Quake cuts that one off early, but Rocketman still first one there. Quake looking for a pass over to Macarios, but he misses the boost. Not able to get the touch either. He does steal the corner boost though from Squirrel, who I think he missed boost as well. Eggy could have just shot that ball, but instead looking for a pass. That ball gonna fall to the corner, however. Macarios getting bumped. Quake taking his time, but Squirrel said you're taking too much of it as he clears that ball downfield. Eggy D now look at the long clear, but Rogue cuts that one off early. Still kind of awkward. Rogue with a nice flick. Quake sitting back, being patient. They still need to score 30 seconds remaining. Macarios looking for a long clear. Out to Eggy. Eggy looking to pop that ball long. Rogue now, a little bit of time. Taking as much of it as he can. More time wasted on Rogue's car is more time that Wraiths can't score the ball. That ball popped up high. Squirrel's fine with that one too. He's looking for a shot. No, that ball shouldn't just be bouncing mid. Quake, the long clear. Rogue, you gotta save this ball. Oh, it was looking a little dicey. Quake has a really good shot. A great save from Squirrel. Squirrel saves the day here for Ascension. Squirrel now has to keep it alive a little bit longer. That ball pops up high. Squirrel, is it gonna die? A great 50 once again from Squirrel with 0
Are we going
boost.
game 5?
Now Rockerman puts
Game
that ball
5
to the ground in game 5. It is Mallow. Wraiths looked like they had a chance, but Squirrel shut the door on them. Some epic saves coming out, some great team plays coming out, but in the end, doesn't matter. We're going to game 5, and Mallow could be asked for anything better than for the first stream game of playoffs.
Oh man, and I called it too. A little bit back and forth going on here. Going to game 5. Oh my goodness, the offense of the Wraiths though, only 6 shots this time. They typically had 7 shots just from one player previously. So they didn't have as much offense there, and so they seemed like to be one of those volume teams, and it definitely hurt them that time. Game 5, Ascension Wraiths. Oh man, I didn't know how we were going to get there if we were going there, but I'm happy to see the way we did because that's been an awesome series so far. And you know how Forbidden Temple is. You know, Game 4 Forbidden Temple always produces the craziness, and we saw a little bit of crazy there. Rogue with a good defense that time, a little more offense from Squirrel and Rockerman, which is what you want to see. You want to see more of Rockerman and Squirrel in that offense, with Rogue doing the defense with the demos occasionally. So yeah, if they can do that same thing, keep the ball close, they should be able to produce a Game 5 win. And you know, for the Wraiths here, they got to give Quake the ball. Quake's got to have that ball and get Eggy D some more demos because that was producing goals.
That was producing goals. Now Ascension, they know what they need to do to win, and it's been that team play, and they're getting started early though. A great clear. Rockerman, not a lot of boost. And he gets his 100 stolen. A good shot. Gonna hit the post once again. Quake just cannot get any favors here from the post. As Squirrel now under a boost to work with. Gotta get a good clear here. Good catch on the wall as well. Quake has to leave that one for Macarios. That ball bouncing straight down, and the shot coming through. Well, caught a little bit out of position there. As I think maybe Ascension thought they had another man back. Oh, Rogue did get bumped by Eggy. So, you know, a whole team play, but in the end, I feel like Ascension, that's the kind of goal, Mallow, that you can't really give up if you're Ascension.
Yeah, you're right on that. It's one that they need to answer back quickly here, which I think they're about to. Yep. So if you're gonna get scored on, make sure you can score quickly. Answer right back, and that's exactly what they did here. Rockerman getting that goal right there. He's like, "Thank you very much," and I think he was a little bit surprised too because he was turning around to go back on defense.
Yeah. That's but we kind of saw that same kind of goal on the other end. Missing that sidewall bounce off a kickoff is so easy, and it is always usually a goal every time it happens. Rogue though, also
oh my goodness,
giving us a goal with a great shot here. Eggy just didn't have boost, but I don't think Macarios was ready. What a shot! I mean, Mallow, like I'm not doing that, like personally, like that's just absolute banger.
Yeah, that was a dime right there in the upper right corner. Caught the defense off guard, and Macarios wasn't able to get back to that, and Eggy's like, "Oh, hello there, ball," and they weren't able to do anything. Let's see if they answer right back. That's kind of been the theme here too, is they kind of answer.
Oh God.
No way. They kind of answer right back almost every single time, do the teams when they get scored on. Oh, what a dunk by Rogue.
Dude, he's all over the place this game, as he's had a couple epic saves, that really good shot. But it has been back and forth, like you said.
Rockerman?
Oh my God, Rockerman over to Rogue. This duo has been on fire this game, but Squirrel also with a great pass, but Rockerman with a great touch. Macarios just wasn't ready for him, and Rogue just diving in head first. This Ascension team, they're playing with their butts on fire, and it's working out for them as they are able to go up 3-1 here. Squirrel now, a little bit of time in the air. He gets a flip reset. Going for the pinch. I don't know if he got the flip, but that ball still popped up high. Macarios super awkward. Rockman could be looking for a pass mid. Rogue was ready for it, but that ball gonna go to the corner. Quake with an awkward touch. It's gonna be Rogue with the shot. Gets the follow. A bounce from Rogue. The hat trick coming through. And Ascension, they have taken a 3-goal lead.
Oh my goodness. Rogue woke up and chose violence this game because my goodness, he is on a goal scoring spree, and man, this Wraith team, it's still early in the game, so they can't get bummed out yet. They need to score here quickly, otherwise it's going to be a tough rest of Game 5 for him.
Man, Rockerman has turned it on. I don't know if the first couple games were warm-up, but this Game 5...
It's the management buff, right? It's like some sort of former management buff going on with Ascension right now that they turned on and we're not aware of.
Yeah, must have. Mal, you might have to, go play a couple of ranked games.
Might have to investigate that.
Yeah, no, honestly, go play a couple of ranked games. See if that helps out your rank a little bit, because I mean they're getting this management buff right now, but is it enough to stop Quake? It is. Crossbar is going to be enough to stop him that time. That shot just goes high. Rockerman now gets it over 2 with that flick, and Eggy D a little awkward. Rockerman was looking for the bump, and Eggy D played it well, but it's still Squirrel going to be the first man there. Quake a little awkward. Squirrel with the 50, keeping that ball on the race half. A good bump there from Macarios as Rockerman continuing this pressure here. Eggy D puts that ball high over to Quake. Finally, Quake a little bit of time on the ball, but he doesn't have anything to show for it. Rogue puts that ball up high. Rogue going for a double, but everybody knew he wasn't hitting that one as Quake sails by that ball. Rockman last man back, but he doesn't care. He's got calm, controlled poise we're seeing out of this experienced veteran. He's been here literally every season as he trying to make his way into playoffs here in Season 11. Rogue puts that ball up high. Quake able to get there. He sees Rockerman. Rockerman just positioned a little too far forward. That pass just a little too far backward. But Squirrel, the former management member, getting some luck today as that ball sailed past a race defender, and he's able to get another goal. Eggy D just a little too close, and Mallow Wraiths looking to win Game 5 here.
Yeah, Wraiths really want to win Game 5, but I don't. It's becoming less and less likely. You got 1 minute and 24 remaining, and you're still getting scored on, but you're not scoring yourself either. So I don't know if the Wraiths will win Game 5 here, but Ascension, I could,
oh, man.
yeah, I could definitely see Ascension winning this one for sure. uh, uh, I don't want to jinx anything, but
I will. They got it in the
but
bag. It's over.
yeah, I would say this is pretty much in the bag with the minute remaining, barring some sort of miracle here on Champions
Oh
Field.
man.
As they about
Dude,
get
I want to
scored.
see a miracle. Dang it.
Wait. Oh
Not
my
gonna happen there.
goodness. What
Rogue's
is
gonna
happening?
crush. Rogue's gonna crush my dreams of a miracle, and he's gonna crush Wraith's dreams. It feels like as Rocketman gets another good 50. But man, Ascension did really show their best stuff here in Game 5, and that's what you want to see going into playoffs. See that you can, show your best stuff late in the series like this. 30 seconds remaining. Ascension, they are gonna be moving on here, playing the 2 seed, who I had in my head, but I forgot now. Hold on, I gotta pick it up. But Wraiths aren't out of this. So Jarhead, you have plenty of hope still. This is a good race team that could definitely take the 8 seed, but they do have to play one more series if they want to make that playoff spot, get out of the play-ins. But it's going to be Ascension here. Moving on, playing the 2 seed in Chally. They looked really, really good here in this 5-game series, a great series for both teams. That ball gonna fall. Mallow, we have a winner. Ascension gonna move on here. Wraiths gotta go play the winner of the 9-10 seed game as Ascension. They're looking pretty happy now. So I think, if you're Ascension, obviously you want that 2 seed. You want to play Snowstorm. But Wraiths, I feel like they could have had that one. They looked really good, but in the end, it is going to be Ascension taking that one away. So, Mallow, if you have any other, advice or, thoughts on the series, because that series, it was a banger. It was an absolute banger, but it was also a long one. So,
Yeah, yeah, and I did happen to call that exactly how it was going to go. They did exchange wins there, and Ascension able to pull the victory. If you're the Wraiths, just like Flip mentioned here, um, don't get your head down yet. You still got one more game before you're out of this. So get yourself together, talk what went wrong, talk what went right, and do do the things that went right for you, and you should be able to get Saturday's game. So I know we're a little short on time here since we did run a little over with the game 5 and all that, and also starting a little late. So I won't stay too much longer. But congratulations to the Ascension. They are moving on. They're facing the number 2 seed, um, and it's going to be a tough match. But from what we saw today, I think they can do it.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, before we wrap things up, shout out to Jaegers and shout out to Jarhead for the Twitch subs. Love y'all. Shout out to whatever moderator just gave me my channel points for getting that prediction right. Thank you as well. But yeah, that's going to be it. But guys, stick around. We definitely have a couple great games coming up here, so you're definitely not going to want to miss it. As this is going to be Flip and Mallow signing out, but don't go anywhere because the Nemesis Gaming League will be right back. Deuces.
Don't need no problems, no. Don't